afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the farm. If this is the first time you're joining us, my name is Kenny, the owner, proprietor, and laborer for Pfeiler Family Farms. Basically, I want to tell everybody what's been going on. I haven't posted a video in like 30 days, just because it's been so busy. I've been trying to get little video clips here and there, but nothing real solid. I've taken a lot of photos and then posted those on Instagram and Facebook, so if you want to follow us there, it's Pfeiler Family Farm on Instagram and on Facebook. So I had to make a list. There's a lot of stuff that happened this past month. Because of our location, we are in the city limits. Our location, we're really close to the center of town, and in order to get wood chips and logs, I was able to contact a bunch of tree services, and those tree services were gladly dropping off logs and wood chips. For a while, it's been doing really good. I'd get a load here and there, and I was able to maintain it. But when you get 2 loads in a day or 3 loads in a day, it kind of gets overwhelming with only myself doing the majority of the work. There was a Saturday that my buddy Jason came over, and we just all day on Saturday, all we did was just cut wood, split wood, and stacked it. So right now, 2 weeks ago, I told the guys, I'm like, hey, just no more, maybe some wood chips here and there, but that's about it. I gotta get caught up. The back of the farm is starting to look like, or down by the shop, is starting to look like a lumber mill. I got logs everywhere and a lot of wood chips all over the place. It's just kind of unkept looking, and I don't like that. So I was using my buddy Jason's wood splitter for the longest time. So after doing some research and talking to a couple of people, we decided we're just going to buy a new one, or we're going to buy a new one, a new wood splitter. So I went to Tractor Supply and picked up the 25-ton wood splitter, and it works great. It's been slicing through everything that we've put on the tray. Next thing is rabbits. It's spring. Rabbits are mating, or they're breeding. And when I was out in the back near the creek, clearing out an area, I ran over a burrow. I killed one, and sadly it's all over the place. And I knew raccoons and possums would get the other ones. So I rescued them. I know it's not the right thing that you should do, but I felt compelled. I rescued them, and I brought them into the house, and I told Marion, I'm just like, look, I know that you didn't want rabbits now, but we have 3, and I don't care what you say, we're not getting rid of them. I posted on Instagram and Facebook, what to do in order to keep these guys alive, and I got a lot of favorable responses and a lot of tips. So anyone that contributed to sharing that knowledge, I do greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I bottle fed them for a straight week, and then now they're on Timothy hay and some regular rabbit food, and every now and then we'll throw in some carrots and some spinach. They'll chew the spinach up like it's crazy. Let's see. Now another sad part is, if you've seen a couple of videos or on Instagram, I was really excited about having 90 different varieties of tomatoes. They were all downstairs along with all my other plants that I was growing. And with it starting to get warm, I figured I'd start to harden them off. Well, the problem is I took them out to the hoop house, and I didn't think it was too bad in there. It was warm, had airflow, but I wound up killing them. I forgot about them because I was still cutting wood. And so I went back, and after 5 hours, I realized the seedlings were in there, and they were all wilted. They were all dropped over, every single one of them. So I'm like, well, maybe if I give them water, I can perk them up. So I covered them. I covered the top of them with a shade cloth, and then dumped a whole bunch of water in the trays, hoping that it would cool them off. Well, I basically sealed their fate, and basically instead of having an aerobic soil, I turned it into anaerobic soil, basically cutting off any oxygen. So I killed them all, and then basically after a few days of bringing them in the house and taking them back out, it's the soil. From what people on Facebook were saying, there was still composted manure that wasn't fully composted yet, and the heat with all of a sudden all the moisture, basically I created ammonia. When I pulled those plants out of the pots, it smelled straight hard ammonia. It was really bad. So I threw them all out. It's a hard lesson learned. It's a real humbling lesson. And so I started over. So now I got 12 trays in the hoop house with seeds growing. So it's going to be late planting for everything. Let's see. With all the logs and the wood chips, we're getting the wood chips still, slowly but surely. We're getting wood chips into the garden. It's not the back to Eden garden, but basically I just wanted the wood chips in as a path in between each row, because the garden is basically on a slope and it's canted towards the house. So I wanted wood chips to create a way to keep the ground moist, absorb some of that rainfall, and keep the garden clean. So we've been getting there. There was one day that I got the whole family involved, and we got a lot accomplished, but we're still far from done. Let's see, next one, cottonmouth. I think it was a cottonmouth that I found behind our fire pit next to the creek. And people are saying that it might have been a water snake. I'm not going to take my chances. If it looks remotely anything close to a venomous snake, I'm going to take it out. I don't care. Yes, it may have been a water snake, but I wasn't going to get that close in order to find out. The body looked like a cottonmouth. The head had a diamond shape to it. I don't care. I took care of it. Black snake, garter snakes, rat snakes, whatever, I don't care about those. I know that they're not poisonous. Let's see. Due to Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, they motivated me to finally get off my butt and get some water containers. So they just recently are doing a series, putting up 550 gallons off of their greenhouse. Well, on Craigslist, or Facebook Marketplace, I actually found some IBC containers for 50 bucks a piece. They were food grade, so I picked up 4 of them, brought them back. I got 2 of them washed out and stacked and connected, and I was able to harvest 275 gallons so far. That same day I got those IBC containers. We had severe weather. We had a tornado watch, and then became a tornado warning. About 9:30 at night, took the kids down to the basement. We were all hunkered down in the corner. Sirens from town were going off. My phone was blowing up. So one thing I do enjoy about where we're at and what our county is doing, my phone was blowing up with text message. I was getting phone calls. I was getting emails, all from the emergency notification system for our county. So I thought that was really cool. So, but actually, when we down in the basement and we were all hunkered down, I thought I was prepared enough, but I wasn't. There was a lot. It was a hard lesson learned. It was a good lesson, not a hard lesson, but it was a good lesson of what we need to do in order to have better preparedness for emergency weather. Let's see. The other night, the following night, we got, which was, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, we had a fluke rainstorm, just came down in buckets. I thought that I was going to have 550 gallons collected of water. No. that bottom container, the bottom IBC container, I didn't have that lid, the top lid, screwed on tight enough. So basically it went down and it just kind of seeped out. So hard lesson learned. Let's see. Good note is I planted 30 elderberries up in the corner. So they are taken off. They're in the ground. So very glad that I was able to get the elderberries planted. I have 6 more still in pots, and I have 4 more here in the house that I need to get and put out there as well. So we'll have 40 plants. Jesse and Jeremiah from Arrow Ridge, the plants that I gave you, I hope they're doing really good. Tomorrow, Baker Creek Seed Festival. We are going down tomorrow morning. We're leaving here probably around 6 or 6:30. And then we're going to spend the day down there. So you see us, we're all going to be wearing Pfeiler Family Farm t-shirts. On the back's the American flag, and it has hashtag Makeamericanfarmsgreatagain. So look for the green shirts, or listen for 3 Screaming Girls. You'll probably hear them before you see us. But yeah, we plan on going down that. This will be our first time going down there. It's in Mansfield, Missouri. And while down there, I'm hoping to be able to meet a lot of the other YouTube homesteaders, farmers, and gardeners that I follow. After with Doug and Stacy and Jake and Becky from White House on the Hill, I met them at the Mid-America Organic Association in Independence earlier this year. Jeremiah and Jesse from Arrow Ridge, we traded basically, or we sold them some elderberries, and they gave us some chicken and duck eggs, which were awesome. And then I'm hoping to see Tracy and Ashley from Farm Alarm, so Mr. Farm Alarm and Mrs. Farm Alarm. And then let's see, who else? Living Traditions Homestead. There's a few other ones. Mine is drawing a blank right now, but anybody, a lot of people that are going down there, I hope to be able to meet them, talk to them, introduce ourselves to them, and just share information and probably buy some plants and buy some seeds. I know Tracy from Farm Alarm, he's got what's he got? He's got dill that he's selling her for pickling, for making pickles. So we'll probably pick up some of that. So, and then tomorrow also I go back to school. I'm going back to AMU, to online, American Military University. I did not finish my college degree while I was still active duty, so Marion's been hounding on me to get that college degree finished. So food for thought, or a tip for you guys, if you guys are active duty, by all means, get your degree while you're still in, and use tuition assistance. The reason I say that is because once you get out, you can apply that to any kind of trade school or another degree or something else. So I got 13 classes left before I get my bachelor's in business. And then whatever's left over, I'm going to go to the local community college and probably take up some welding classes, because I've been out of the loop of welding for so long, and maybe some HVAC stuff that'll help around the house, around the farm. So if you're active duty, by all means, use tuition assistance. Don't use your GI Bill unless you have to. And then that way, make time for yourself. So make time for yourself to better yourself, to further educate yourself. That way, instead of just walking away from the military with just a DD-214 and a certificate, you'll actually have a degree. So learn from the old man. Otherwise, that's about it. Everything that we've covered, I know I have photos and video clips here and there, so we'll kind of do reverse planning. So I'm giving you a preview of what I'll be posting within the next 2 weeks. So definitely the logs, the rabbits, the wood chips, the garden, the elderberries, the IBC containers, and Baker Creek. And then during the tornado, the following night, kind of go back, the following night after the tornado, for dinner, Sana wanted for dinner. She's like, "Hey, Dad, can we have some emergency food so we can prepare?" Well, okay. You know that you're gonna be eating MREs, right? She's like, "Yeah, we've had them once before." I'm like, "Okay." So we got video. We're down in the basement and we're eating MREs. I'll throw that out there this week. So that is our emergency food. I told them that more than likely during a tornado, we're probably not going to be eating because it's only going to be an hour and a half, 2 hours, if that. So, yeah. So that was quite kind of interesting. Marion complained there was too much salt. It's 3,000 calories of field goodness. So you learn to appreciate, and you find the best MREs. So Anessa didn't like it too much because it seemed like everyone got Skittles or M&Ms, and she kind of got hosed. But either way, it was a good time. We were down in the basement, eating as a family, eating MREs. So it was okay. I enjoyed it. But anyway, that's it for now. If you're at Baker Creek and you're watching this, by all means, look for the green shirts. Or listen for my three daughters screaming and hollering. They're probably going to be screaming with excitement. And if you like this, give me a thumbs up. By all means, follow, hit that little bell to get notifications of when we post another video. Hopefully I can not be so delayed in posting videos. And again, we're on Instagram and Facebook, and that's where I've been posting a lot of stuff that's just real quick and easy. So, but that's it from the farm. I'll talk to you guys later.